Warning, the stunts in this video were performed by paid professionals. For your own safety and for the protection of those around you, do not attempt anything you're about to see.
We've joined the parade!
This is terrifying.
We're gonna join the riots.
Coating ourselves in mud.
You got him, you got him!
We're thriving. We have to hit this island or else we're going out to sea.
After our successful seaplane adventure had come to an end, the team decided to split up. Micheal and Paul were going to fly to the capital of Finland, Helsinki, and Jared and Dekie would spend 3 days driving down the coast of Sweden to return the hire car. Or so we thought.
Goodbye! Goodbye, papas! They're leaving us. It's just so sad we don't know what to do. They're gone. We're gonna do some real fucked up shit.
Have a little road trip, smashing down to some sandstorm. We're looking for a McDonald's to get some McSpicy's. Shit's fucking wild out here.
Just got to our hotel room. Big plans for tomorrow. You guys are gonna be excited.
We are currently about halfway down the east coast of Sweden, trying to look at some satellite images of proper islands that we can then raft out to, survive at least 24 hours on. We're not taking tents, we're not taking sleeping bags.
No food.
Basically naked.
We found a proper island to go to.
This is going to be our vessel to the island.
Rated for 2 adults and 1 child.
I think that's in pool conditions. We're taking it into the actual ocean. We also opted to not get any life preservers. We didn't quite have the budget for it. I don't know what the life preserver law is in Sweden. We have the inflatable seats. They can pop out. We hold on to those bad boys if anything goes south. And then we just let the frigid Swedish waters take us.
Dekie, who's gonna carry the boat?
We are.
Who's gonna carry the boat?
We're gonna carry the boat!
We're about to travel to an island and survive 24 hours with no food, no water, and no clothing. We want to go to that island. We're gonna aim for that island so the wind pushes us that way. And if this current is extremely strong, around the corner, you can see just the tip of it. There's another island over here. It's not as good, but we can still survive.
All right,
Let's do this.
get the boat. You nervous?
Yeah. Oh, fuck me. Oh, Michael, if you find this footage and we've died, please still make a good video out of it. We've gathered an audience. Some folks want to watch us perish.
How are we gonna get naked?
Obviously, this is a survival challenge. We can't just simply bring clothes.
They're all watching. Yeah, maybe we should wait until we're out there to get naked.
Yeah. I also don't, if I fall in, I don't want to swim in my clothes. Because that will make you drown.
We're not gonna fall in.
Good point. Do you think we will survive? You guys can call the lifeguards for us.
Yes.
Okay.
I promise.
Yeah. We're gonna try and go to the island.
Oh, you go to the island.
We're gonna try.
But it's all right. It's just a little bit of wind, which we're gonna have to fight against.
Yeah. A little bit of wind.
Actually.
If you see us go very far out that way, call the Coast Guard.
Yes. I promise.
Thank you.
Do you want back or front?
Take front. Let's put it in right here.
We're doing it! Oh my god. Alright, it's real now. If we fall in, we're in big trouble. So there's no fins on the bottom of this thing, so it has 0 steering capabilities. We're basically just pushing left and right, zigzagging, hoping to stay in a straight line. So far, we're about 10 meters off the shore, and
It feels a lot further.
yeah.
It feels like we're in the middle of the ocean.
And luckily, the current isn't too strong right here. I can definitely see we're about to enter a current. Do you see that light color patch up there?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be wanting to head towards the left island as much as possible. These paddles are extremely flimsy. We're moving towards the island at an incredible rate of speed. This is terrifying. Definitely should have life jackets. This is completely fun.
So we are over halfway to the first island that we are trying to reach. We got a rock over here that we are slowly drifting towards. Back here is where we started. The paddles are not made for ocean conditions. They are breaking in the middle. Overall, the vessel is holding up very well. Jared, how you doing?
Doing good. My arms are burning and my paddle's breaking. But we're not taking on any water yet.
All we have to do is get there. We'll worry about getting back later on. Left land just before 2 o'clock p.m. Right now it's about 2:20. We've made it to the first island that we are aiming for. We started off over here. We wanted to come across here. This was gonna be our backup island if we got taken away by the current. We did not. That was Plan C island over there. We managed to get all the way over here. But this is the current island that we're at. We're not gonna get off here. There's a house on it. Instead, we're gonna keep going, go to this island right up here. Small problem, paddle is broken at below halfway point. Gonna hinder me a little bit, more useless, but we're gonna keep going. 2/3 of the way there. We got our last push right here. This is it. We're gonna push through that, and then we're gonna be home free for the next 24 hours until we gotta get back. Land ho! About 30 meters, and we're gonna be in there, baby. We're getting so close, pretty tired. Boat's still holding up, paddles are just falling apart. We've made it. Whoa, whoa.
Be careful of your fragile feet.
Yes.
Oh man.
We made it against all odds. All the old people on the rock said we shouldn't do it.
Right there, that's where we started.
And now we're here. Furthest island in the bay.
There's nothing between us and open ocean after this island.
Fragile feet. We've come out here with basically no equipment, and we have to survive on this island for 24 hours, being food, drinkable water, shelter, warmth. The land in this island provide for us, and what we can scavenge from it.
We have absolutely no supplies with us. It's do or die on this island. We're gonna have to find food, hunt, gather, just like our ancestors, here in the fjords of Sweden. Unfortunately, one of the paddles didn't make it. A lot of recon to do. We need to see what's on the island, what we can use to survive. I already see one thing over there. We got a piece of wood. That's gonna help us.
How big do you think the island is?
Let's say about a 30-second gallop across.
Yep, took the words out of my mouth. Not even half a kilometer long though, is it?
Doesn't look like it, no.
Yeah, it's a pretty small island. So it looks like we have a little bit of trees inland, which is probably where we're gonna have to try and make our base. We just need a way to block the wind so we can make a fire and make a shelter, because we have to be here for 24 hours before we're allowed to try and make it back in the raft. We're trying to take the raft inland, make sure it doesn't get taken out by the tide. We also want to try and prevent any punctures in our craft.
It is not the sturdiest craft, the old Tropicana 300, so we're gonna have to find a nice cushy area to set it down. That'll do. Tie it to a tree.
So I'm gonna make a figure-8 sailor's knot, one of the go-to used by any sailor or seaman. So step one is done. We've secured our vessel. We're probably gonna take these for pillows when you try and sleep tonight.
Next step, to find some shelter for the night. Our first island recon mission. There's a lot of rocks. The island has already gifted Dekie one thing.
Feather. How do I look?
From the side, you look pretty cool though.
That's all that matters.
Our first sign of nourishment on the island. If all goes well, we won't go hungry tonight. So I've come across this rock outcropping here. I think it'll be the perfect place to build our shelter. The rocks come in like this and perfectly block the wind. We can place our cushions here, have a campfire right there, be nice and safe and warm. The next step will just be gathering some trees and branches to cover the roof in case we have a storm tonight. We're gonna keep exploring, see what we can find. So many spiders on this island. Here we have more signs of birds, feathers all over the place. If we're lucky, we'll be able to eat these tonight. We're looking for anything we might be able to eat, maybe a source of fresh water, also anything we can use for shelter. Appears we've come across an old camp, old fire pit there on the ground. We aren't the first travels to be here.
Whoa, 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 what do we have here?
No way.
Looks like we might have found somebody's old tool. But this is just what we need. We can use this to help build a shelter.
Yeah.
And make a fire if we need to.
This is perfect. One of the best places to scavenge for materials is along the coast. Find great pieces of driftwood like this. There's always gems that wash up on shore. You can find things like mussels, seafood, clams, easy food you can collect like that.
Trying to find any salvageable supplies that washed up, could have fallen off a boat or just an empty,
Just like that, old can.
yeah, old can.
Could be useful to boil water if we manage to get a fire going. No way.
It's not open?
It's full.
All right. No way.
Yeah.
Wait, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Oh, no. No, it didn't bust. That's all that matters. I'm sure it's already pretty shaken up. 3 beers for the boys tonight. That's what I'm talking about. What is this? Wait, right next to your left foot.
No way.
It's a 6-pack.
It's been here a while.
That's 9 beers. That's enough to have a proper party tonight. 24 hours on this island, we could go a lot longer than that at this rate.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
The hydration I need to keep moving forward.
This beer might have just saved our life. Wonder what else we can find. We need to look around some more.
Yeah.
Well, would you look at that? We could could sharpen the tip and craft the spear.
We now have a formidable weapon. Carry this with us while we're gathering supplies for camp. If we're lucky, we won't go hungry tonight.
You can also use it as protection in case there are any wild beasts on this island.
Very smart.
Now we're going to look for a little bit of dry wood. We're gonna start thinking about a fire and shelter because we don't want it to start getting dark and us not be properly prepared for the nighttime.
So even though we're surviving, we want to make sure we're doing some forest maintenance. So these two trees, basically like twins right next to each other, neither of them are going to grow to their full potential. So the best thing to do is chop down the smaller one and leave more nutrients for the bigger one to grow. So I'm currently chopping this tree so we can use it to build our shelter and use it for fire. What I'm doing is I'm gnawing around the outside, sort of as a beaver does. With any luck, the tree will come right over.
Is there a specific term that you use for this?
Yes, I call this lumberjacking.
I was referring to like felling a tree, isn't that?
No. So the short term would just be jacking.
So you're jacking this tree. Well, could you jack it a little bit harder? I want to see this thing. I want to see this thing come down.
It's gonna come. Don't worry. Timber! Dekie, do you have much experience jacking?
I've done a bit of jacking in my life, never quite to this degree.
So would you say this is the hardest timber you've ever jacked?
This is definitely the hardest wood I've ever jacked. I'm a left-handed jacker.
Orthodox. Let's do it.
So Jared right now is trimming up this tree, put some cross beams over it, use these as roofing to cover us from any rain or anything else that might happen during the night. And it's got a little V in there that we'll use as another beam support. So we're cutting just a little over half of this as one of the main beams. We'll use the other half on a little bit further into the rocks right there. Amazing, look at that, the start of our shelter. We're off searching for another acceptable tree to cut down. I'm not trying to hurt any of the wildlife here, so we're only doing trees that are either dead or growing too close to another tree. Speaking of, yeah, here, we have a dead tree right here, look at that. All right, there's one beam.
100% waterproof.
Indeed, it should block any unwanted elements from coming in when we're trying to get some rest tonight. Pretty good shelter.
Yeah, relax by the fire. It's gonna be an easy night. One thing about this island is we're just getting completely beaten up by the elements. Sun is baking us. There's mosquitoes everywhere. It's a tough life out here without a shirt.
You can see
This exposure is getting a bit too much.
we do need to start thinking about actual sustenance and food. Still not sure what we're gonna do about water, but we have the beers, but we need actual real meat. We could look for berries, we could try and hunt, but as I said, I don't think there's gonna be any large mammals on this island.
Yeah, hopefully we can find some mud or something like that, cake on our skin. That'd be camouflage and a bit of protection.
We found some sort of like mud pit right here. This is exactly what we were looking for. It's been gifted to us. Look at this. We gotta do what we gotta do to survive. I didn't want it to have to come to this, but these bugs are relentless, and we need to have some sort of barrier between them and our skin.
Oh, God. No! Oh, it does stink.
What is it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the spot, Michael. Go harder, Michael. Yes, boss. We're just talking about when we go to Paris, we're going to join the riots.
First, we've got to go to the Pride Parade tomorrow in Finland. Very
Helsinki,
exciting.
yep.
There's also a heavy metal concert and a craft beer, so we're going to try and knock out all three.
Yep.
I've never been in a Pride Parade. How exciting!
So this is a torpedo, and this is Paul attempting to get into the torpedo shaft.
So this is where they put the torpedoes.
Are you disarmed, Michael?
Well, I have been considered quite a torpedo. That one was for my life.
Do I want garlic sauce?
Yeah.
Now we're trying fish. Thank you. Better watch out for those seagulls. We've joined a parade!
A parade!
I wonder how the lads are doing.
Gotta do what you gotta do to survive.
Anything for survival.
No, not the face.
Get my back, get my back. Coating ourselves in mud to prevent the mosquitoes from getting a direct shot to our skin. Any kind of barrier is gonna help.
It's time to hunt.
So right now, Jared is a better swimmer. He's taking it upon himself to go and look for any sea creatures he can find.
I got him! I got him!
What is it?
North Atlantic lobster!
That's what I'm talking about!
We're eating good tonight! Thank you to this wonderful beast. Your calories and your nourishment will keep us moving another day. We honor you.
I don't eat seafood. Jared just noticed something. He knows that I'm not much of a seafood eater, and he just spotted these eggs. What does that mean, Jared?
It means they're close. These have been hatched for quite a while. It means we got a large population of mature birds in this vicinity.
Birds equals meat. Meat that I can eat. There's a bird. It's been chirping at the top of that tree for a few minutes now. We've been watching it.
Yeah. Flew away.
Miss. He's just across the rocks. He's low in that little tree.
You got him! You got him! You got him! Oh!
He's not away. You might not want to have to watch this.
This is gonna get a bit ugly, but unfortunately, life eats life. We'll see you guys back at camp. Now that we've successfully gathered some food to eat, we've got a fire made here. The only problem is we have no way to start this fire. We don't have any matches, any lighters, so we're gonna have to resort to some creative methods to get this fire going.
All right, Jared is now going to try and use friction to start the fire. Explain this, Jared.
So it's all getting the proper type of friction. You want to get it going so it grinds up a bunch of sawdust, and then the friction will heat up that sawdust. It'll start to smoke. We can transfer that ember to our fire. We'll get going. I'm going with the spindle method. Just gonna spin this stick in here like this. And once I get it going long enough and hot enough, we'll be able to transfer that ember directly into the fire. Yeah, can you see that?
Oh, you got ember. He has ember.
Transferring it to the fire. Carefully, carefully. Come take a look at this. Come take a look at this.
Wow, it actually
worked.
We have created fire. Overall, this has been an extraordinarily successful day on the 24-hour deserted island challenge. We have made fire. We have a shelter. We have caught lobster. We have killed a bird. What more could you want?
We got beers. Cheers to a successful island survival.
Goddamn. Fucking bugs keep coming for me. I hate it.
You need more mud.
Yeah, I do.
We're on an island. Time to cook this bad boy up. Ton of meat here in the tail. We're gonna throw that on first. Claws obviously as well. Right on the coals. Quite the fighter. He lost his claws during our battle. Nonetheless, they'll taste delicious.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. Having a look at that sky.
Look at that.
That's survival.
All this in a paycheck.
All this in a paycheck.
Earlier, as you guys saw, I managed to spear a bird up on the hill. We've gutted it, taken all the feathers out, now giving it a nice little roast. We already did the top side, getting it on the bottom side right now. Should be done before long.
Nice and dry and juiceless.
Exactly the way I like it.
And what kind of bird is that?
It's the Swedish quail.
What are they known for?
Being a pest, a nuisance, need a little bit of control in all honesty. We did them a favor.
They taste like garlic.
I do love garlic. Oh, he doesn't want to stay.
Oh, he's gonna split. You're splitting them.
No,
we gotta get it.
God. Whoa.
Time to dig into this lobster. And that meat is just cooked perfectly. Could use a little butter, but other than that, not too bad.
Oh. Ah! 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 Oh God, no! Not the bird! Oh! Ah! Oh God, it's falling apart!
Quick. Put it on.
It fell more! Yeah, that's clean. It's clean. Clean wood.
Clean. And the charcoal is good for it. It's actually good for your belly.
There's only spider eggs on there, but that's okay.
More protein.
Ah!
Just how you like it.
Woo!
That's how you cook a chicken on a stick.
That's how you cook a chicken. Well, I mean, no, this is a Swedish quail.
Swedish quail. Very abundant and overpopulated in these parts.
We're doing a favor to the ecosystem here. They run rampant. They're a pest. Some real meat coming in here. Oh, yeah.
It's like a charcuterie board.
Now, according to my knowledge is the Swedish quail is very close to a chicken. The main difference being that it can actually fly. God damn.
It actually looks delicious.
Look at that white meat. Swedish quail. That's the good stuff. Get some of this.
How does it taste?
Kind of like a gamey chicken.
Well, at least it's cooked all the way through. Nice chicken drumstick, just like KFC, just a little crispier.
It's not chicken, Swedish quail. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty hot. Oh yeah. This will give me the power to survive through the night and hopefully make it off this island tomorrow.
We spent the last 2 hours building something. Now we're gonna burn it.
This one will be seen from miles around. The only thing about that is nobody is for miles around. Let it burn!
Now we're burning.
A lot of people said we couldn't make it for 24 hours out here. Instead, we're thriving.
Hydration, warmth, friendship, and a bonfire. Cheers. That's what survival's all about.
I'm dirty, filthy, but I got beer. I got great company. God, look how hot he is. We got a fire, just the two of us out here in the wilderness. It really makes you think maybe women aren't the answer.
It's almost time for bed, but first we're gonna go on patrol. Can't have anyone sneaking into our territory while we're trying to sleep. The island is clear. Patrol has been completed. There are no threats, except for us.
Spider webs everywhere, between every tree you go to. Spider web. It's ridiculous.
Just preparing our beds here. We're gonna have one bed outside the shelter, close to the fire. Keep that stoked all night, and one bed in the shelter.
We're using moss from the rocks as cushioning and to try and even out the ground because a lot of rocks out here.
Yeah. Very rocky terrain.
So we went around gathering moss from these rocks. Got some nice big patches like this guy.
Yeah, it's almost like you're laying carpet.
Yeah, Michael would love it here.
Shout out to Michael. So we're all ready to sleep for the night. About to lay down on this all-natural moss bed.
A little bit itchy, but man, is it comfy.
Oh,
compared
yeah.
to those rocks.
This is gonna be an amazing sleep. Got the fire up here, and not a bad view, I might add. We'll see you guys in the morning.
We'll see you guys in the morning.
Make like a Disney princess and sleep forever. Finally made it to morning, and it was a long and cold night.
Got a little bit colder than we had anticipated. Jared tried to build another fire a little bit closer to where we were sleeping. Might have caught a little bit of moss on fire, almost caught our own beds on fire, but we got a little bit of sleep. But it's morning. We're gonna have to head back before too long, but we need, for one, go check on the raft. Number two, see about some grub.
Yeah, as long as that raft's intact, then we can start focusing on breakfast. Yeah, the boat's right up there. I recognize that pine tree, fruiting this time of year. We should see what we can find. A lot of people don't know about the pine fruit. Yeah, it looks like there's a ripe one. You see it?
Yeah, about halfway up.
See if I can get a better look at that. Don't think we'll be able to reach it, but right there.
The plan is we have a pine fruit about halfway up that pine tree, clearly out of reach for us. So we're gonna try and use some rock, dislodge it and bring it down, because that'd be a fantastic breakfast to be able to get some fruit into our diet. Ah! A little bit to the left. Ah! A little bit to the left.
Let's go right, let's go right. No way! Nice! Get him, get him!
Would you look at that? Swedish pineapple. A lot of people think that pineapple only grows in tropical climates, but it actually can be grown all over the world. This one looks pretty ripe. We're gonna have to bust her open and have a little try. I don't know if you guys have seen, but it's all over TikTok and other places. You can whack off the top, and then you can peel each like piece and eat the meat. I've never done it, but I think it's time for a first.
Yeah, let's whack it off.
We have these different segments, and according to TikTok's, well, it kind of worked. You should be, oh yeah. Oh, didn't quite work. It's supposed to like peel off a big long piece of meat and you can eat it, but I didn't really get any. Jared, give it a shot. Oh.
It's gonna give us the energy we need to get across this ocean.
Some people may say you're getting a little bit messy. Everything that's good is messy. We're close to the 24-hour mark, so we're gonna go ahead and start packing up camp and getting ready to sail back, or to raft back. There's really no sail involved, but that's kind of the plan right now. When we get back, it's gonna still be another 7-hour drive to Stockholm, which is gonna suck.
How's it holding up?
Looks like it's doing all right. Bottom platform does need to be refilled a little bit. Outside area seems decent, and then you have the inner tubes in here, and those are doing pretty well. She's looking seaworthy.
It's time to move on. 24 hours on this abandoned island, and we survived. Now to survive the journey back home.
That's gonna be the real challenge.
It's a little bit of Stockholm syndrome. Our prison has become our home. We have a very strong current moving this way. If we aim for that island, the current should take us directly back to where we came from. I'm coming!
Winds are really picking up! This is gonna make it a lot more difficult getting across!
These winds are no joke.
Not even the most seasoned sailor would go out in the wind like this! Much less on a kid's raft Tropicana 300!
If we complete this, we'll be true seamen.
Trying to create a quick fix for the paddle. Just put a stick inside each hollow end. How do you feel about that, Jared?
It's not perfect, but it just might work.
It just might work.
We're off! All right, we are really getting pushed around here. We're gonna miss that island.
Stone Island?
Yeah.
Fucking go.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, we got a paddle here. Fuck.
We're trying to make our way back. The winds are a lot more stronger than we anticipated. The sea's a lot rougher. We're having a hard time. We've missed 2 of our goals. We have to hit this island or else we're going out to sea.
We got a paddle here. We got a paddle. We just made it to an island. It's not much of an island. We missed all of our goals so far.
Now we're actually stranded on an island.
It's insane. I'm so glad we just made it to land. I thought we were gonna miss this island. We're giving up hope pretty hard. We have 3 different islands we were supposed to hit.
We have found ourselves in a bit of a predicament. We tried to come back for the deserted island we were on, and we have been taken way off course by the high winds and waves. Now we are actually deserted on a proper deserted island. We can't make it the rest of the way with this kind of wind. The second paddle's broken.
So we're just taking shelter in some rocks here from the wind. We've got about 200 meters left to paddle to get to shore. And the big problem, end up getting pushed out to sea between those 2 islands. There'll be no second chances for us after that. The current is extremely strong in that location.
We're gonna extend the challenge. We may have run into a little bit of difficulty when trying to cross back to the mainland.
But only after we actually tried to paddle back to the mainland, we realized it was gonna be a lot more difficult than we thought. So we've been island hopping all afternoon, and the wind is not letting up until 8 p.m. tonight. We finally found an island with some wood. We decided to make a fire and stay warm for the next 7 hours or so, till we can paddle back safely.
We heard a boat. It looks like it actually might be the Swedish equivalent of Coast Guard driving by, and I think they're gonna pick us up. I'm trying to run to meet them.
Some people come on boats. We're gonna try and see if we can catch a ride with them. They look like the Coast Guard.
Oh God.
I really hope we don't get a fine.
Oh, I think we are.
We're saved! We're saved! We're saved!
It's not quite how we planned to end our journey, but I'm grateful. Adds to the excitement. Only Jared and Dekie, baby.
Saved by the Coast Guard. I was really dreading 8 hours out here sitting on a rock. We did camp last night. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. We are here for you. We appreciate it.
We paddled out yesterday. We went to the big island over there. Right here's where it all began yesterday. Now look at us.
And yeah, the backside maybe? Yeah, perfect. What a great group of guys.
A great group of guys.
S tier country.
Where are we off to, Mark?
We are off to, where are we actually going?
Estonia.
No idea what's happening.
And how are we getting there?
We're going on a boat.
We're on a boat. the big boat too, isn't it? So we're catching a ferry across from Helsinki to Estonia, and we might actually get to see the boys. Now, last time we heard from the boys, they were saved by the Coast Guard and heading to a hotel so they could catch their flight today to meet us in Estonia. So I actually heard to them in about 24 hours. That's all I got.
Yeah. And that's the end of the survival adventure. If you take one thing away from this adventure, sometimes you don't have to escape. Survival is about just that, surviving long enough to be rescued. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you check out the Patreon. All the behind the scenes things that we did on the island that didn't make the video, and boy was it wild.